Next month, the Olympic Games begin in Paris, where, as our Luke Burbank discovered, a new sport will leave your head spinning.
We've got some breaking news here on Sunday Morning, and that is breaking is making its debut as an Olympic sport at this summer's games in Paris. And yes, these days we call it breaking, not break dancing, because that's what its practitioners, known as b-boys and b-girls, tend to use. Folks like Victor Montalvo, a.k.a. b-boy Victor, who will compete this summer for Team USA.
That's something we're trying to bring to the Olympics, like that hip-hop flavor, you know?
In fact, breaking runs in Victor's family. One day, when he was 6,
my dad just busted out like a windmill. My uncle was doing head spins, and we were just like so amazed.
Victor was inspired, and so was his dad, who built him a practice studio in their backyard in Florida.
And he always tells me, like, I'm living through you.
One of the things Montalvo loves about the sport, you don't need any fancy equipment. In his case, just a simple floor he installed in his tiny Venice, California garage.
I love when it's all rugged because honestly, that's what breaking comes from, you know? It comes from the streets.
We started it on the concrete. I had a bald spot in the middle of my hair right here because I kept doing head spins.
That do-it-yourself vibe is something breaking's pioneers know all about. Of course, we mean Noel Mangual, a.k.a. Kid Nice, Chino Action Lopez, Corey Montalvo, a.k.a. Icy Ice, and London Reyes, known as B-Boy London. They came up with many of the sport's original moves in the Bronx back in the late 70s and early 80s.
He had a hole in his afro.
I did.
That's funny. But wait, so were you weren't putting any cardboard down at this point yet?
Breaking was developed on concrete.
It's kind of like, you know, for example, you start a job and you hope you get promoted. So you start with concrete, now we got promoted to cardboard, and then we got promoted over to linoleum.
Yeah.
And then we graduated and went on to wood.
Their crew, the New York City Breakers, and others like them, blended older dances like rocking and popping with martial arts and anything else they thought looked cool. And whenever there was a party, they'd show up and then show off during the musical breaks on the records. Hence the term breaking. But London Reyes and Chino Lopez say this was more than just entertainment. This was a way to break out of an impoverished South Bronx.
Keep in mind, we're kids that are trying to find our way through this war zone that we had nothing to do with, but we have to live this.
I've had a lot of friends that are not with us today, you know, unfortunately, whether it was violence, whether it was drugs. I mean, it was there, but the path that we chose was to get away from all that.
Right.
You know, and stay away from all that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the New York City Breakers.
That path took them places they never could have imagined. Like the Kennedy Center Honors in Washington, D.C., hosted by Walter Cronkite, where they impressed none other than Charles Osgood himself.
So someday if somebody asks you, Grandpa, how did they dance in your day? You just get right down and show them this.
These days, breakers come from all over the world and all walks of life, and everyone is eager to see the dance take its next step on the Olympic stage a month away.
The next generation to carry this on for the next 40 years.
It's just a dream of ours, and it's always been a dream of mine since 1983.
If these kids don't give me a heart attack with all the moves they're doing these days.
It's insane what they're doing today.
Oh my God, these kids, like, what we thought of back then, these kids are doing it today.
Right.
So in speed, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa.
That was really fast.
that's like, does this, when you do the go down, it's like
yes,
that
you got it,
basically?
yeah.
I may have pulled something. Breaking might make its only appearance at this year's Summer Olympics, and it might be B-Boy Victor's one chance to achieve that dream his dad had so many years ago of achieving international acclaim for a dance invented by kids just looking to escape their reality in the Bronx all those years ago.
I just want to show that it's evolved and it's a beautiful art form. It's a beautiful sport. You don't need much money to get into this sport. You know, you just need a dance floor and self-expression. I just can't wait for it to be at the Olympics just to show like, yo guys, like we have a lot to offer.